There is a special section in AMCAT known as AMPI. Okay, so hi, this is Akash and I am here to make that section simple for you. Okay, so that section is based on your personality type. So let's get started. So I would be showing you and I would be discussing you all those personality types which are being discussed, and the questions, there are several questions being discussed in the exam. There are several questions which are being put up to you and you have to answer them, and they are pretty much subjective. So the answer would differ from person to person, and based on which they interpret your personality type. Okay, they have a trained psychologist to interpret your scores. Okay, and the scores are based on 6 type of traits. So we would be discussing those traits here. So let us see on the screen. This is my own AMCAT employability report. So I have attempted the AMCAT in July 2020 and I've got some scores in all those personality types and I would be sharing that with you. So this is the AMCAT employability report. So this is a section where they have discussed my personality type. So first of all, they have explained the meaning of this AMPI section. Okay. So as you can read out, the analysis done is on the basis of your responses to AMPI. The AMPI's full form is Aspiring Minds Personality Inventory. Okay. So AMPI is a reliable and valid personality test based on global standards. So basically, it is about your personality. So they have given a word of caution in this report that trait scores of high or low may not be equated to being good or bad. So there is not a good personality, not a bad personality. It is just your personality type. So if you score high or if you score very low in certain trait, that doesn't mean you are a bad person or you have a bad personality. That doesn't mean that. So they have a trained psychologist which actually, look at this line, last line. Lastly, this chapter is best interpreted by a trained psychologist. So these scores are being interpreted by a trained psychologist so that relevant jobs are being recommended to you. So it is in your own benefit if you attempt this section with all honesty. Don't try to be a perfect person while attempting this section. Okay, just attempt it your way. The person you are, just answer those questions. You don't need any such preparation for this. Okay, these are all the 6 traits which are being checked in this AMPI section. These are extraversion, polychronicity, agreeableness, conscientiousness, emotional stability, openness to experience. So questions like these appear in the AMPI, as you can see on the screen, like I love to understand the patterns in nature. So this is the statement being given to you. I love to understand the patterns in nature. So I don't know whether you like to appreciate the nature or the patterns in nature. So that depends on your personality. Okay. So that you have to answer whether you strongly disagree or strongly agree with that statement. Okay. So if you just drag the cursor over here to the leftmost, it means strongly disagree. If you just put the mouse and click on that second button, it means you don't really very much disagree, but you partially disagree with that. Okay. And in the middle one, it means that you neither too much disagree nor you too much agree with that. And simply for the rightmost buttons also, if you click on the rightmost button, that means you are strongly in agreement with the statement. So it depends on your strongly disagree or strongly agree. Whether you strongly disagree or strongly agree with the statement, that you have to just click it. And it depends on your personality type. So you would know that you don't need any preparation for this section actually. A total of 15 minutes would be given to you to answer these questions. So a total of 72 questions you have to answer in 15 minutes. So no need to worry, because these are all subjective type of questions, and these are all those questions which are very much subjective from person to person. So just answer them whatever you feel like. Okay, no need to think all that. Just answer them. Be the person you are, okay, while answering these questions. Okay, so you have to solve a total of 72 questions in 15 minutes. But these are not much. Okay, but because you can just immediately answer them. You don't need to think about that all. Okay. So now this is my report card, my personality type of AMPI. So these are 6 traits: extraversion, conscientiousness, emotional stability, openness to experience, agreeableness, and polychronicity. So as you can see my percentile, low percentile in extraversion, just 34%, while you can see my percentile in other sections like conscientiousness 85%, 85 percentile, and emotional stability 99, openness to experience 75, agreeableness 69, and polychronicity 11. Now that doesn't mean they are good scores, neither they mean that they are bad scores, because they are being interpreted by psychologists, okay, and they are not for the actual evaluation, okay. These just tell you the personality types. Okay, so let us understand all these 6 traits. The first one is extraversion, in which my score is being indicated as 40 here, okay. So your score indicates you are medium on extraversion, the report tells me. So what is extraversion? Extraversion is defined as one's inclination towards the outer world. So it means whether you are an extrovert or not. So basically I'm not that much of an extrovert, I am mainly an introvert. So that's why I was scored low on this, because I have answered the way I am, okay. Next is conscientiousness. So what does that mean? Conscientiousness has been called by many psychologists as the will to achieve. How much willing you are to achieve something. So in that I've got 90 score, okay. And it is related to traits like hard work, okay. Next is emotional stability, in which I have scored actually 100. So emotional stability refers to being in a state of psychological steadiness, okay. And emotionally stable people are even tempered and relaxed, and they tend to have high emotional intelligence. So as per AMCAT, I've scored 100 on this emotional stability, okay. Next is openness to experience. So openness to experience is associated with being broad-minded, that you are not narrow-minded and you want to learn new things and you are pretty unconventional, okay. So that is openness to experience. You have a rich artistic sensitivity and you are curious. So I have scored 80 on that scale. Next is agreeableness. It means it refers to your social conformity, friendliness, compliance, like how much you can accommodate with people, how much friendly you are, and how much you can conform to society. So I have scored 70 on that scale. Because I don't agree with anyone, okay, neither I disagree with anyone, okay. So that's why I have scored 70 on that. And then comes polychronicity, on which I have scored only 20. So what is that actually? It is multitasking. And I know for myself that I hate multitasking. I don't like multitasking at all. I want to focus on one task at a time, okay. So multitasking trait is defined as the extent to which the person prefers to engage in more than one task. So on that I've scored only 20 because I don't like multitasking, okay. So I seriously feel that multitasking hampers creativity and you need to focus on one task at a time. So as I have told you in the beginning that no score is bad, no score is good. The psychologists just interpret it, okay. And it will be best for you if you answer them to your honesty, because they are not for actual evaluation of your AMCAT score, okay. This is a completely different type of section in the AMCAT, okay. So this is all. Now how would you prepare it? You would be asking yourself that how would you prepare for this section? So for that I have prepared a set of questions, and these questions are actually the previous year questions which actually appeared in AMCAT, okay. So based on all these 6 traits, I have prepared 6 Google forms, link for which are given right there below. You can access them for free. You can test yourself and result would be given to you, okay. Whatever score you achieve, that would be shared with you, okay. So you can just attempt it, okay, so that you get a taste how AMPI questions are. All the 6 type of traits are being covered in those sections separately in separate Google forms. So in separate Google forms, all these 6 traits have been covered for you. And then finally the result says what is your personality type. It says that you are a protector, you are conscientiousness and value driven, you are uncanny insight for people and situations, and you place great importance on having things orderly and systematic. So this is how the psychologists interpret me, okay. So that's how it goes, and this is all about the AMPI section. So I hope you like the video. Then please do hit the like button and I hope you have not come across such information in any of the video on YouTube regarding the such detailed analysis of the AMPI videos. In case you appreciate it, please do hit the like button and subscribe the channel, and just visit all these Google Forms given in the link below so that you can see for yourself, you can access all such AMPI questions which have actually come in the previous year MCAT exams. Okay. So this is for you to get a taste of it, but do answer them honestly only. Okay. You don't need to pretend being someone else. Okay. So I hope you are having a good time. So please do hit the like button and subscribe the channel, and happy learning.